Now with Norway chess round number 6, and Gukesh, the current world chess champion, plays the number 1 on the planet. And I'm very curious to see the continuation of these games. I haven't started from the very start, but that's okay now. It's still 1 hour left for each of them players. This is 1st of June, 11 past 6 GMT UK time, and here we are now. Blacks to move, no engine, no software, no nothing apart from our capacity for imagining and seeing things ourselves. I'm hoping that actually I'm absolutely fine with the sound on all the destinations here. It should be I should be live on Facebook, which I think I am, on YouTube, kick.com, TikTok, and one or two more. Blacks to play. You're free to type in your best interpretation, your best anticipation and stuff. Way E plays Arjun, board number 1. If the knight didn't exist, probably we could think about grabbing this guy on b7. Am I right when I say this one takes here? And if they take, potentially you might be able to grabbing this pawn. Just an idea. I'm not sure that's the best move to play with white, but just saying. Because if bishop takes and rook takes, you actually take again. But you got to be careful about the back rank too, so that's just not to be neglected. So perhaps, just perhaps, a move like h3 or something, just creating a little bit of space for the king on the back rank. This one here, rook c2. Rook c2, rook c2. Why did you play rook c2? Positioning the rook on the same file with the bishop on c5. Okay, cool. Yeah. What do you do with the bishop? Probably want to go bishop c4 in principle. In principle. Just highlighting the potential squares for those pieces. I mean, the bishop can't stay here forever on the back rank. You got to play c4. Eventually, then bishop d5, knight takes, knight plays. It's an idea. In principle, you want to activate your pieces. So as long as white has now all the protection it needs on the second rank, probably you have to develop your pieces. Bishop c4, and then you have to calculate if bishop d5 or knight d5. You got to look at this stuff. And Gukesh Magnus again. Let me see stuff here. Looks pretty equal-ish. Pretty equal. Bishop e3, bishop c8. Bishop c8 probably something to do with this diagonal, of course, amongst others. b3, bishop e3. So they took. You took with the rook. I mean, he took with the rook to preserve the pawn structure. Nice and cool. White here, Gukesh that is. Knight to f4. More pressure on the h3. Knight and the bishop. Man, that's a draft. I gotta close the window. Bear with me a sec. We'll be back. Just going here, man. Yoy. Okay, we're cool. Right, where were we? Gukesh, world chess champion, and playing Magnus. What's not to like about this one? Best chess on the planet. What is black supposed to do? Boy, he's taking his time. He's taking his time. What's the most active, most aggressive, the most attacking move available for black here? What do you play like aggressive stuff? Can you do super crazy stuff? Can you play crazy things? I see some folks have suggested something with the h3 pawn, because I'm seeing the chat room and people are chatting in the chat room. People are chatting in the chat room. How do I close that thing? That's it, I covered with the live board. So I'm seeing no chatting because I've covered it. So some folks had suggested something with the H3. I'm reading now their messages. Good evening there, Lucas. Good evening, my TikTok friend. Some folks said about bishop takes H3. I've read this on the screen, so it's not my idea. It's not my idea. It has nothing to do with myself. But I recognize that probably they also borrowed the move from engines and stuff. So yeah, that thing should be covered. Hey, where's the board disappeared? There it is. So looking, bishop h3, if white takes back with g, if they take back. If they don't, I think they have already an issue. So bishop takes h3. Again, if they don't take, you're going to take. They already got an issue here. Bishop h3. Pawn takes h3. Knight takes. I'm just trying to figure out. So bishop h3. Pawn takes. Knight plays. Check. If king g2, you're going to go back f4 check. And the light squares are seriously compromised. I guess the other black knight can join the attack together with the queen at some point when the knight on f3 is no longer there. Maybe. If there is anyone able to playing and figuring out this way of attacking, that is Magnus. That is the man himself. Hey guys, you remember that thing with Nakamura that resigned in a winning position? Crazy stuff, man. Did you guys see it? I made a short video today about that particular moment when Nakamura resigned in a completely won position. This is sick. This is absolutely sick. I mean, how on earth it happens that the number 2 chess player on the planet resigns in a completely won position? It's just a psychological thing. I don't think you have an answer. I mean, you can just say he badly evaluated. That's exactly how people blunder, because they evaluate in a very wrong way. I mean, you can say that, but I don't know. Is it satisfying? So how could Nakamura blunder and resign the game in a won position? You can't say he's just an average chess player. He's just he's number 2, right? But still. Taro, yeah, hi Taro. I've uploaded a short video on TikTok and YouTube and the other socials. Yeah, Nakamura resigned in a completely won position. It was complicated, but I mean, how many times in your chess career resign when you're just completely winning? And it didn't happen to you or to me, which probably we just do that all day, right? So to speak. But it happens to Nakamura. So to these guys, I don't know what to say when they do this kind of stuff. How much we are self-hypnotizing ourselves to do bad stuff when we're actually completely winning. It might be a lesson here as well. And some guys, of course, after they verify the software and all results, that bishop h3 is winning for black. And probably creates a very powerful attack. I don't think it ends up in any sort of checkmate or anything, but definitely is a very strong way to attack. So you give that bishop with a huge compensation in terms of controlling the light squares around the white king. It's not done and dusted, but yeah, I have to say it's a very strong way to continue. Not my idea. I just read it on the chat, so I wish I came with this idea. Yes, yeah, but that one, that Nakamura resigned, it's already, how can I say it? It's shocking. I mean, he gonna beat himself for the rest of his chess career because of that. I think he lost sleep because of that one. Honestly, I think he just couldn't sleep that night. You know what I mean? Yeah, check that position. I mean, not just my short video. Check any videos online. Hikaru resigns in winning position. Check any videos out there. Yeah. Okay, so here we are now. Gukesh and Magnus. Everyone is asking if he actually going to take on H3. Of course, he doesn't have a software like all of us. He doesn't have a software. But I think we can understand as in more than enough compensation. So bishop in attacking ideas. Bishop takes, pawn takes, and knight h3. And this guy moves a knight back. And the light squares are a big problem for the white king. Big problem for the white king. And if you want to throw the other guy, I mean, my lord, I mean, this is a little bit scary. A little bit scary. Enormous pressure. Enormous pressure. So, again, if there's anyone to playing this, that would be just Magnus himself. Cool. Way E. Let me see. Way E. The Super Grandmaster with the name only vowels. Rook F8. Yeah, you want to centralize your king. Is white going to do similarly, or you're going to just push some pawn in front of the king to creating space, or what? We'll see. I've just speculated about some bishop taking here, and if bishop takes, potentially you might grabbing a pawn, attacking this guy as well. It's an idea. It's an idea. Hikaru Fabi here. Bishop d4. Okay. What's going on with it? No, okay, queen defends it, so you can't take it, right? And it's double attack here as well, so you got to be careful. It's already a bishop and a rook attacking c3. So, oops, no, that didn't happen, of course. Let me refresh the page. Would you play bishop e2? No, he played knight to d5, challenging already here. The idea would be, if knight takes, you'd take back with the queen, and queen takes back, and pawn takes, and that's just double pawns on the f-file. So probably that's the idea. Of course, that's a blunder. Another mouse slip, of course. Let me refresh the page here. It's also an invitation to trading off pieces. Rook takes, rook takes. I guess about to becoming a draw. Hikaru Fabi. Probably. So yeah, the more you're trading pieces, probably it's gonna get a bit of a draw. I have to say that the dark square black bishop is more active than the light one. Although you gotta keep an eye on this guy forever. Probably if they push the pawn, it's gonna be something like bishop b5. You stay there forever. And of course, if the black knight is going to trade off now, more trades, more and more and more trades. Well, if knight takes, definitely pawn takes. And if queen takes what? Queen takes, rook takes. You might be able to grabbing on a6. I guess he calculated that and he's happy with the continuation as such. Okay. It's not there? Are you sure? It says Hikaru. What? How come it's not there? It's on my wall page on TikTok. I had some issues with TikTok lately. It's there. It's on a TikTok wall. Unless I'm blind now, when I'm not seeing what you're saying. It's on the TikTok wall. It should be available. I didn't restrict it or anything. TikTok does this things in bad taste. I don't restrict video. I mean, I didn't restrict my own video. I'm not crazy. And it's on TikTok wall, and it should be on YouTube Shorts as well. So it's gotta be. It's gotta be. I didn't move it. Thanks for following, Mr. Joel Prime or something. I'm multi-streaming, Mr. Prime, on all the social medias. Twitch is just one of them. They're all the same to me. And I'm very much disappointed in all of them. So it don't mean nothing to me, Twitch or YouTube. It's the same crap. It don't mean nothing to me, these platforms. I'm using them as they're using me. But I'm happy to interact with my friends, my virtual friends, wherever they are. So that's why I'm multi-broadcasting, like 5, 6 platforms at once. Okay, trades and exchanges. Rook c2, rook c2. Now, obviously, if queen takes here, queen takes, rook takes, and the bishop takes, of course. But g6 played by Fabi, so that allows the king to move a little bit. Probably a draw, right? Probably a draw. 3-2-5, 2-3-5. Probably a draw. With the most correct play from everybody. And back to Magnus. What did Magnus play? No, he didn't play bishop h3 that the people exploded in the chat. Not my chat, the Lee chess.org chat. That Magnus didn't see it. Well, Magnus is a human like everybody else. So sometimes he sees, sometimes he may not see. Because he's not an engine. So yeah. Rook b4 played by Magnus here. Probably he tries to slowly, step by step, getting pieces a bit more active. Is it queen b6 happening next? Just a little bit of pressure on the b3, added extra pressure. And then if you figure out that bishop to moving somewhere, I don't know where, here, maybe. Then he gets the other rook over to b5, maybe triple attack on b3, you name it. Yeah, we could try after this Norway chess finishes stuff. We could look at, or maybe on the next live stream. Yeah, we could. Yeah, have you played over the board? In order for you to hit the CM title, you have to play over the board. You gotta go physically at competitions. That's the only way to getting the CM title. Online, it's a very good tool for you to practicing. Well, you gotta go because in person is slightly different experience. You're still thinking with your own head, but it's a little bit of a different experience when you play over the board. So I'd recommend to start playing over the board. Depends how old are you, depends how much time available you've got, depends if you got a sponsoring from your parents, etc., etc. You've got to go and play every single month over the board, official rated tournaments. So it's good to have an online preparation, but unless you play over the board, you won't be able to get that CM just like that. So go play. Go play real people and see how it feels. See how you're doing. I mean, at the end of it all, you're going to have a very clear picture of your strength. Who can say how long is it taking? I don't know. Can you train like 10 hours a day? You go to school or you're having a job. How old are you? How much can you invest in studying chess? Can you see checkmate in 10 moves? I mean, what's the rating in the puzzles? How quickly can you see solutions in puzzles? Then I would assume you have all the time in the world. So you have to play over the boards. Register with your closest chess club and then go and play over the board. Go to the nearest chess club, register. You know, I don't know what country you're residing in. Just register with your National Federation Chess, this and that. Start playing over the board, and the results is always exactly tuned to your real strength. I can't say that. I can't say that. If you're winning the tournaments, you're going to get them, of course, quite quickly. But are you able to win them over the board? Try it. Try it first. I found them incredibly challenging. Incredibly challenging. And go play classical chess over the board. You're really going to be really challenged. It's a huge difference in between the online stuff and the over the board. Normally at the chess tournament, they go people that are very serious about. They really study. They really want to play their best chess. And in the classical chess, everybody does the homework. So start playing first, and then you will get your own answers. It doesn't matter what I'm telling you here. What matters is your experience. Start playing. And of course, no one stops you to do everyday online puzzles, lessons, and rapids online. No one stops you to do that. And just by looking at your rapids already now online, and you can have an idea or an image of how you're gonna fare in the over the board. Normally all that mystery dissipates when you go in person and you play. All the questions, all the big mysteries are just right in front of you. You're gonna have a very clear image of what you could do actually. Okie dokie. Magnus Gukesh here. Queen c2. Queen c2. Okay. He defends the e4 twice together with this guy. 3 times actually. There is double attack there. Now Queen c2 provides the third attack. And maybe he wants to move around a bit the rook? Hard to say. Hard to say. No way. Bullet is a catastrophe. No, you can't do bullet, mate. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do. The bullet is not going to improve nothing. It's going to drive you crazy. Bullet. In bullet, half the games you lose them because you run out of time. You can't move the mouse that quickly, or you can't move over to the mobile screen. Bullet is crazy. It drives you nuts. You can't study nothing in the bullet. You don't understand 3 moves ahead of you. Unless you're Nakamura or Magnus, which probably you're not. So bullet is, you can't take that one seriously. I don't think it's also very advisable for... You said you're retired and you play bullet. You're like 65 plus and you play bullet. Okay. Normally the retired people, they tend to do more rapid or classical chess, which by the way is the best chess you could do. So yeah, but 33 is not quite retired, is it? You said you're retired. I mean, like... Yeah, okay. Yeah, do yourself a favor and start playing physically over the board for any real image on your own strength. Nothing else matters. I don't know. That's just a convenience word. I mean, it's just a label. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah, if you like this game so much and you're really passionate about it, you're never gonna be like retired. You're gonna play until the last day on earth. You're gonna play chess because you're just simply enjoying it. You're not playing chess to proving to. You play because you enjoy it, and that's your right. You do something that you enjoy. You know, I'm playing chess because I love it very much, and that's that. I'm not going to be Magnus or Nakamura this lifetime, but I'm just enjoying the game. That's why I'm looking at this guy's playing, by the way. So that's the first thing. And then whenever you got time, whenever you got resources and you need to invest in preparation to spend a lot of time, a lot of hours fixing your openings, then go do tournaments. If you're in the US, you could do tournaments pretty much every week, I guess. Yeah, start doing that. Record them, do the classical one, record them, and then I'm happy to analyze maybe one during the lives. We can look at one of your live games you played. Happy to look at that. You didn't know what? Who's fast? You didn't know Nakamura is that fast? You've been playing chess for a year, Bullet, and you didn't know who's the king of speed chess? That's weird. Every single kid knows these guys. That you play for a year and you don't know that Nakamura and Magnus are so good at Bullet? Okay. Okay, fine. People say many things. That doesn't mean they're necessarily true. All right. Apparently, that bishop h3 never came to be. So rook b4, queen c2. Does he want to get the rooks on the c file now? Maybe. Maybe. Rook c8, rook c8. King f, he didn't move nothing. Rook d, double pressure on the knight. Rook d1, and together with the bishop, double attack on d6. Knight goes over to e4. And also the bishop is sort of hanging because of this guy. So we might see bishop takes, which seems to be a move. Bishop takes. Which is a check, by the way, mind you. That's a check. Bishop takes, king takes. That's kind of like forced. Bishop takes, king takes, right? Okay. Then is there something with that b7 pawn? Shouldn't we taken it, or I'm blundering something? Bishop takes c2, Bishop takes c2, king takes c2. Knight takes b7. Is he getting trapped or anything? Well, let me... They can go together, Taro. The online chess is a very good way for you to keep yourself in shape, and you go play over the board once a month. I don't know. Again, dependable on your personal circumstances. How much available time, how much resources you got, sponsorship, this. So just it's a very individualized thing. Bishop takes, knight takes. Oh, and then rook b8. So bishop takes c7, king takes c7, knight b7, and then rook b8. And that's how he takes back the pawn that he just lost? The knight's got to go... Hell, where does the knight gonna go? Knight d6? Knight d6. You got to be very careful of that one. Knight d6. Knight takes, and if you take, there's something with b2. You have to be careful about this. It's simple and not that simple. So he didn't even bother taking here. Probably there's got to be something putrid and incredibly risky about taking on e7. No, he decided to drop the bishop on e1 to just sit down and wait. What do you do after this? b6 attack. You got to move the knight. c6 or c4? One of these. Okay, I'm gonna draw that curtain because just the things had moved. Wait a sec. Okay, that much better now. Where were we? Oh, he didn't move nothing. You got plenty of time, 37 minutes. I'm going to do a puzzle. And then I'm going to come back to the guys. So let's see if we manage to figure out something here. All right. White's to play. The only defender of the bishop, well, is the knight and the queen. Okay. Can we do something aggressive to attacking here? Let's see. It looks like a sacrifice should be played. Let's look at this one first. Rook. Yeah, but then they could take with either queen or knight. No. I don't think so. Maybe there's something else. Maybe there is this. Maybe there is. Well, maybe there's many. Could it be something with this? Or maybe too slow. Rook to f4, knight takes. No, I don't think so. Rook to f4, knight takes, bishop takes. I don't think so. This one doesn't feel okay at all. This and this. What is it? The rook takes f6. Rook takes f6. They could take with either queen or knight, or I'm not sure. Rook f5. Rook f5. Interesting. You're attacking twice the knight on h5. Exert pressure on this guy, on this guy. It looks a little bit slow, but seems to be quite a strong way to attack. Either this or this. Yeah, but c3 is a bit slow until you do that thing with the queen a5. Black would have moved, all sorts of things. So I'm not sure. Maybe rook f5. Rook f5. Well, you attack the knight. Where's the knight going to go? And if the knight moves, you have your nice pressure on the f6. Then maybe you can build up on something. So I think everything starts with rook f5. What do you think, guys? Rook f5. Yeah, this one is the move I'm thinking of. You guys see it? Yes, you do. Tell me, what do you think about rook f5, fellas? I mean, I might be wrong. It happens. The puzzles are very tough. But it makes sense because it's an attacking move. I attack the black knight twice. I sort of create some issue for them. They have to defend the knight or to move the knight something. So, probably. Unless there is some other crazy tactic like rook takes f6. Or maybe c3. But that's just... I don't think so. Rook f5, rook f5, rook f5. Maybe rook f5. Not sure though. Rook f5. Should I play this rook f5? I'm not sure about anything else to be played here, so I'm just going to drop this guy there. Yeah, we were correct with the first move. I was right about the first move. Indeed, rook f5. That was the first correct move. Now it's not over, though. Not over. Now the knight attacks the rook. So we need to figure out something. We need to figure out something now. What do we do? Do we attack with the rook f4 now? Although feels like... Where's they gonna move? It's something. Sometimes you don't need to do some ultra complicated stuff. Just simple, efficient stuff. Rook f4. Rook f4 attack queen. And still attacking the bishop on f6. And the queen has to move. Somewhere. Like somewhere. Well, you might be... Nah, but the knight attacks the rook. Can't be this. So it's got to be rook f4. Let me look again. Rook f4. Attacks queen. Queen has to go. And yeah, maybe in this way. I'm blocking the bishop though. But what else do you do? 1, 2, 3. 3 minor pieces. 9 pieces. 2 rooks. 2 rooks. Rook f4. Rook f4. Rook f4. Rook f4, right? Rook takes c5, rook takes c5. I have to look. Rook takes c5, bishop takes c5, and like what? And like what? Rook takes f6, queen takes f6. So what? It's not enough compensation for this. This one wins tempo on the queen, and then you take a little bit of initiative, whatever it might be. Taro says bishop f3. Oh, that was, I think, an old message, Taro. Am I right? You said bishop f3. I think that's an old message. Bishop f3 can't really be played now, so probably you refer to a previous position. But yeah. Rook f4 here. I think it's rook f4. Okay, let me look again at rook takes it, but that just doesn't feel okay at all. You got no compensation for that. It can't be rook f6. Rook f4 on the other hand. You attack the queen. Oh, bishop f4. Okay, let me look. Bishop f4 is very interesting if it wasn't for the knight to take a rook. So I'm not sure about giving away the rook like this. I still think rook f4, Taro. I still think it might be this. Shall we go with this one, fellas? What else? What else? When you've done very many puzzle attempts and stuff, when you know that even when it looks the most obvious one, probably it could be another way, you're kind of like checking and double checking and triple checking again and again, because you've done so many wrong puzzles that even if it's super obvious, you're still debating, oh man, maybe it's not it. Okay, it's not over now. We still have to figure out how to continue here. Again, if we take, it's not a big deal because the queen takes back on f6, so that can't be this. It can't be. It got to be another way to play this. Let me look at how can we position this rook again. We got to think about this one. Is it this? Not sure. Is it this? You attack the queen with the bishop. That's the main idea. So rook g4, you attack the queen with the bishop. Yeah, sort of. Then the guy goes here. And if you take, they're going to take with check. So I'm not sure. It might be this just as the next move, but after queen h5, how do you play after queen h5? Oh, is there anything else? So we got two moves correctly so far. If this was a bullet, probably I would play rook g4 straight away because I'm attacking the queen. But I don't have a very clear plan after queen h5. You could do this, queen h5, and then you take a pawn. Okay. That's important, that pawn, by the way. It is important. But really? You do this, the guy does... Well, you can't do this still. You can. And then the queen moves. And then you move something away. And you took a very important pawn. This is a difficult puzzle. Difficult in terms that probably it's not a spectacular one. It wasn't a spectacular puzzle so far. There were the first two moves of the puzzle were not very spectacular. It's just moves. Just sort of normal moves. So probably it's not a spectacular puzzle. So rook g4, queen h5, rook takes g3. Looking at the pawns, you've got 3, 2, 5, 6 pawns versus 6 pawns. Interesting, but sugar. It's rook g4, man, and after this guy goes here, it's actually this, and you're attacking the queen again with the knight. Oh, Lord. It took me like half an hour for this, man. Because I was looking for sacrificing rook in all directions, but it's not. You're not sacrificing no rook anywhere. You go rook g4, queen moves, and then you attack them again, because they don't have an option. So let me say it again. Rook g4. That means bishop attacks the queen. So queen has to move, and the only available square, so to speak, is queen h5. And then you hit him again with knight g3. And that's that. Then they're going to have to drop pieces. Something. Yeah. Hopefully this one happens in a real game. I'm going to see it, and probably you're going to see it too, guys. Well, I think now it's clear. We are going to take back the queen with the pawn now with the queen, because there is another black knight there. So we're taking like this. And yeah, okay, I've done it. I've done it in the end. In the end, I've done it. But they're always tricky. Okay. G6 played by Magnus here. Queen c2, g6. That means what? You want to play the king to g7? Of course, amongst many others. And then what? Maybe playing a rook, try to break through like this somehow? In principle, king g7 is something you want to do anyway, to ensuring the rook circulation on the back rank, and then maybe you do something on the h. I mean, it could be. I don't say no. I say yes. I say yes, it could be. Wei Yi and Arjun. Huh. Probably this is the draw game or something. Can you like play bishop c3? The knight also defends b7, sort of. I mean, if this is this, and after this, we're having this. So probably black's going to take back on b2 somehow. Right? They're going to take back on b2. I think that's the plan for black to not lose material if white goes for the b7. Am I right, fellas? I hope I'm not that wrong. Okay. Maybe that's an idea. g6 was the last move Magnus played. Okay, let me do myself creating a game here. And I'm going to come back to this, guys, by the way. Playing either color. Either color. Yeah, we're going to be back to Norway Chess 2025. Let's go with this one. Playing a 2200 guy. That's a strong player. That's a strong player. When I play a strong player, I'm going hillbilly all the way. I'm going hillbilly when my opponent is 2200. Like, it should be a strong guy. He wants to teach me a lesson. I want to teach him a lesson in return. Now I've memorized the first 15, 20 moves in this side variation. In this sideline, I've memorized the first 15 moves. And I'm pretty much sure he done some of the homework as well. Judging by the velocity of his moves and stuff, I think he done the homework. I can tell you that after move 8, the guy played everything by the book. You wouldn't expect less from a 2200 player. He done everything by the book. Probably that's bad news. He didn't do a single misstep, a single funny move. He didn't do anything unnecessary. Nah, he does good stuff. So, now time for panicking. But before I'm panicking, I normally castle, so that my knight is free to go. And then I can play the bishop on c1 somewhere. Now, if they castle short, If the guy castles short, I think bishop h6 should come in immediately because I'm getting the dark squares access to attacking his king. Obviously, if he takes... let me play a pre-move. Okay, wait. No pre-move. He goes c3. He goes twice for my pawn. Now, I could take this guy. And I'm going to do it. And then I plan doing this. Wait. Do I really have to rush? I mean, I don't have to rush, but, you know. What about playing this? Because I want to take the guy on g7 and then execute him on h7. Is it that bad? Is it that bad? I think this is awesome stuff to do. This. And I hope I'm not very wrong. I hope. Do I have any massive issue? No, I think I'm making more problems for them than they for me. Yeah, so my plan is now, beating this 2200 guy, is just taking on g7 and then taking on h7. And he should resign, I hope. In other words, I might be taking on f5. I don't know when. Now he defends h7. Can't. Should I play this move? He gonna have to take. Dude, this is sick. Okay, I'm saying it now before it's actually happening anything. I'm gonna make a very crazy move. I'm gonna take on f5. Because it's fascinating, spectacular, and I hope it's also correct. Now I could just get a rook here. You're gonna push this guy, right? There's many things happening. Let me get a rook. So I'm attacking here straight away. It's gotta be something. Okay. Now I could take and the guy takes and I'll play here, but the guy is gonna play here. True. Let me play this. I might be. I'm not sure. Wait. Why didn't I play this and that? There's things here. I don't think c3 was a fundamentally wrong approach, but okay. Dude, I gotta do something with that. He tries to come back into game via this and this maybe. Sugar, I think I gotta take this guy. And then I'm gonna play this and that. The onus is on them, not on me. Okay, let me go here. I have to accelerate a little bit. I have to accelerate a little bit. I have to creating threats. We'll see. That's my, if you're asking me what's the plan of the rook lift, rook f3, the plan is actually moving rook from f3 over to g3. So this is the plan I'm having. Oh man. Yeah, but do they actually stop me? They don't. Can they check? Yeah, and then I'm gonna move here. So like what? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this? I see. Well, let me tell you something interesting. Like if I played this, the guy's gonna take with the knight. So I didn't do nothing. If I play this, on the other hand, I'm attacking the knight. How is he defending the knight? Just a very honest question. How is he defending the knight? Oh, with the queen. With the queen? What? That's crazy. Come on. I'm attacking here. I'm attacking the knight. How is he defending the knight? What's he doing? He could do this, but I guess I'm moving. And whilst I'm moving, I'm also defending the rook. And if he plays crazy stuff, knight g4, I'm going to take eventually. Let's move this guy away. So guys, I hope the plan that I'm saying it's clear. Now, if it's maximum efficient, I don't know, but I do hope it is. Is he doing funny stuff on me? I mean, he could do a check. Wait. This guy is, oh, I think he probably is supposed to lose. But, okay, not completely finished. It's not completely finished. It's going to be a tough one because he still got two rooks. White is supposed to winning here. My friends Taro and White is winning now. If I had a rapid and if I had like 10 minutes, I would definitely find a way. I could still win. I could still win. His check. He got to move. There. And now I'm telling you my biggest plan ever. This. This is the biggest plan you can have. This is it. This and this. This is the quickest, fastest way. No funky, no nothing. I need 1, 2, 3 tempi. King can't. Yeah, now he gonna get Desperado. He gonna go this and then he gonna get Desperado now. But do we actually care? He stopped me, man. He stopped me, dude. This, check, and then again. Check. I mean, what do you want me to do? You gonna play king here? Yeah, he is. And if I do this, the guy's gonna push this, and then I'm gonna take. Are you serious? This one is strong. Yeah, but okay, let's take it step by step. He could. I should be winning this. Totally should be winning this. Now I'm doing this. And then he gonna do this. I'm still should be I should be winning this. Check. Okay, I know. Ah, he gonna play the rook there. Jesus Christ. He's still gonna take though. Now I'm gonna have to run away. I didn't play the most accurate stuff. I didn't. That's not good either. He gonna double up stuff. Now I'm Actually, I'm risking losing the queen now because of the battery and all. Check. Okay, let's do a little bit of noise with this bishop too. Now bullet, for Christ's sake. We're playing bullet now, man? Bullet now? Yeah, that's bullet all day here. Bullet all day. Of course. Bullet all day. Yeah, well, maybe. You're gonna double up. I'm gonna drop on F2 and my G2. Whoa. Huh? Well. Oh, come on. Jesus Christ. Okay, King F2, I guess. I didn't have time to calculate like oppositions and stuff. Oh, sugar. I didn't have time. He played very well. He played very well, but I deserve to win. I've deserved to win. It was an undeserving victory. It's not like I shouldn't have. It's not like I shouldn't have. There's no such thing. No, it was a deserved win. I kept up to the pressure. I'm pretty sure in the end I didn't choose the most accurate ever. But I deserve to win this game against this 2200 guy. Analysis board. Hold on a sec. Let me see how many blunders I did. Well, towards the end, I'll tell you something. Towards the end, I did do some bad stuff. I'm sure. I'm sure I did. You can see the analysis taking place right now. So all those blunders that you see on the screen happen in the end. In the first 20 moves, there was no freaking blunder. So all the blunders happen in the end. Move number 40 is the first blunder. So I'm scrolling down. Move 40 is the first blunder. Until then, it was almost decent. Yeah, that was the first blunder. King F2. Move number 40, exactly right. And as I said, it's White's winning. Let me look again. So what do you want me to play? If this one is a blunder, am I supposed to what? I mean, check. King f2 feels like a human type of move because I'm also defending this and stuff. So King f3. But the guy would have checked. Oh, and then dropping. So I guess, yeah, well, I don't have time in the 30 seconds to figure out all this stuff. Is it King f3 to preserve the advantage? Yes. Yes, it's King f3. But if I am to explain myself, King f2, I played it because I imagined that actually Queen would defend against this check and Bishop would defend against this. But yeah, okay, fine. King f3. I didn't want to get no more check and stuff, but I guess after this one, then you're just dropping, well, yeah. Yeah, and you still preserve the massive advantage in the end. Okay, don't matter. There was a human versus a human, so yeah. Human versus human. Norway chess. Man, they are battling. Wei E Arjun draw, Fabi Hika draw, and Guki Magnus still debating. I think there's also an ego thing and stuff. I mean, it's the world chess champion and the number one considered, so everyone has everything to prove here. Gukin especially. So Gukesh needs to prove that actually he's at the right place. So he got a lot to prove, I guess. He got a lot to prove. Would be very important psychological for Guki if he wins it. Very important. Hello, Sam. Thanks for joining, brother. So this one would be immensely psychological for Gukesh to win. Important. If he manages to win, I think he's gonna win the tourney. I'll tell you that. If Gukesh wins today, I think he's gonna go on to winning the remaining rounds and stuff. That will boost his confidence enormously. Enormously. If he loses, he's gonna have massive repercussions against his against the remainder of the tournament. So it's important for Guki to win, or at least to draw, because if he loses, you're gonna lose a lot then following days. That's how I think about this one. That's how I think about this. Yep. Let's hit another puzzle before we're coming back to Gukesh and stuff. What is Black supposed to do? Well, there's many things here. There's very, very, very many things. That's one of them. That would be check. That's another one. What I like about pawn taking now, well, I haven't calculated 10 moves ahead, but what I'm seeing is that if the white king accepts it, there will be further exposure for them. And you could do multiple ways. I mean, you've got multiple ways to attacking them. Whereas if you go directly now with the queen, assuming that the white king goes b3, so if we play queen a7 and white king goes b3, where's the other checks? Where's the other checks? Because you got a problem. The bishop on g7 is already pinned. So you have to be very careful about that. Whereas c6 taking now b5 would check. It's a different business. If king takes, again, it's further exposure. You have more options to checking them. If king goes g6, then again, it's more positive because you still have the queen's access to hitting them like this. Just give example. So you don't need to calculate 20 moves ahead. You just need to understand that if you take now, king goes b3, and that's about it. I mean, sorry, if you go queen a7, king goes b3, and that's the end of it. You got no more checks. There's nothing good for black here. Whereas pawn taken on b5, it's more exposure for them. So I'm going to go play it, and I've done it, and indeed was the case. So I didn't know what white's going to play, but definitely that provides black with more attacking chances. Now we got to look furthermore to, again, attacking. We got a check here on d7. We got another check on b7, another one on b8. All nuances and stuff. I don't think there's any other craziness. And is there any preparation? Not sure. I'm not sure. Could be some queen over to maybe b7, but then the king goes here. So what exactly do you do? You could do this, but then they go here. So the problem is after king retreats, say here, how do you chase them? You need to find the most beneficial way to attacking. That might be interesting. It might be interesting. Do we get checked or anything? Well, I mean, rook can take on stuff. Then we take. I sort of like rook d6. I'm telling you something. Rook to d6, I like it. I really do like it. I'm defending g6. I'm preparing a devastating stuff with, so rook to d6, and I'm preparing to do stuff like this. Rook b6 eventually. I'm defending b3. Bishop is defended. Corner h8 is defended. I'm not sure it's the strongest move, but sometimes... And also you're blocking the queen. I mean, they can't push the pawn down the board with rook d6. All good stuff. What else is here? Yeah, I could go for checks, but then king goes, say, c4. What exactly are you doing afterwards? You go c7, then they go b3 again. So I'm so not convinced. I am so not convinced. Yeah, we could do this. They still go here. So what exactly do you go here? They go here. You go here. True. True. That is true. Then if the guy goes here, you might have maybe queen over to d. Yeah, you kind of do. Then they drop. And then you might be winning queen. So after all, maybe queen b7 is the beginning of the end. If I calculate this one correctly, if I'm finding the best spots, launching squares for the queen. So let me look again. Queen b7. What if they go here, though? Yeah, you still go with this. They go here. You still go with this. Oops, I meant D. Then they go back. Well, they go back. Happy to do threefold, but is this what the engine wants? This. So let's say they go here. No, this, and they go here. What do you do? Well, you go check here, they go here. You go here, they go back. What do? You just keep repeating stuff? So either queen b7 or probably this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So guys, let me know if you think differently or you've got a better square for the queen to attack the white king. Let me know. Let me know. Queen b7. Yeah, but I don't see... Look, I'm happy if I don't lose here because one misstep and you're gone. One single wrong move and everything collapses. Queen b7. King goes here. So what? You do check. They go b3. Okay. You go check. They go back. How are you going to chase out that king? What exactly the plan is? Let me look. Rook d6. That kind of strong, but they have options. Is it this? Maybe you played later, so you got check here. The guy goes here or something. You get this, they go there. You go this, they go there, and then you... What? Very difficult. Is it this? I don't think so. This. Okay, if they go this way, you go this way. Then they go there. They're still reaching that point, though. We're checking that they go back. They're still reaching that point. I would be happy with threefold repetition. But maybe there's a way for black to win, and I'm not sure about this. Hello, Sam. What do you think, Sam? Should we launch the B7 idea? I mean, you do get a few more checks along the way, but then... So guy goes here, you go here. Then they go here. Then you do check here. Fine. Then they go H4. How exactly you winning? Yeah, you could always go then with the rook D7 and stuff. I guess a rook D6 now, and then assuming it's I gotta do something like check and stuff. Either rook D6 or you go with this one now. I'm not sure which way to go first. I'm really not sure. This one and this one. Let's say the guy goes here. And you go here, then they go here. So not clear. This and this, then they go here. Rook D6 is a bit too muddled. I'm not very satisfied with rook D6. It's like slipping through my fingers. There's something not feeling okay about rook D6. It's kind of cool, but it doesn't feel okay long term. I'm not sure. This one, though, at least it offers me a way not to lose due to threefold repetition. It might be more. But I think queen b7 probably the wisest, most prudent approach. At least you got a forever check coming, so you're not losing. If it's something else, well, I hope I'm going to find it. But this one offers me chances to keep chasing the king or to make a threefold repetition. So, guys, I'm going to play queen b7 and, well, okay. I hope it's correct. Oh, man. Oh, boy, I was right about this one, too. Very freaking tricky. Right, now, ain't over now. It ain't over. Well, I could do this, but... I mean, I could. In terms that then you do this stuff and... I mean, I could do that one too. Two main things here. We either go this... or we go this. Can they check us? I mean, if they take, I'm happy to take. Don't get me wrong. They don't have any checks. If they do this, though, nonsense. I'm taking here, then I'm taking the queen. So I'm telling you something. I suspect very much e5 to e4. And it shuts off the queen from defending twice. The queen has to move. Another important thing, it opens up the bishop's diagonal with tempo. Of course, queen goes, say, here. That is true. That is true. True. Correct. Can I do this? Yeah, they go here. Gee, man, is it this? It's just very sophisticated because it's many variables. There's very many stuff here taking place. They're not very easy, are they? What I don't really like about e5 to e4 is that the white queen goes on to d1. So what's the deal exactly? Well, we still got this though, right? And the guy goes here, say, yeah, but then I got also this. Check. Because I've got a bishop as well. Then the guy goes here. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not clear, man. It's so not clear. This one, I don't think it's a bad one necessarily. The guy goes this way, let's just say. Then I go here. Then they go here. And then I push. So guys, it looks like we should start with queen a6. So we should do queen a6. That checks the king. King goes g6 or something. And then we'll go in another check. And then we could, with more prospects, pushing the pawn. If I push the pawn now, queen is going to go d8, defending that pawn twice. It's a strong attack, but I don't feel it's enough. What do you think, guys? Yeah, I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with queen a6. I'm going to play queen a6 now. I'm going to play queen a6. I'm not losing if I do queen a6. I've got a threefold, if not something more, way more like winning. But queen a6 is definitely decent. Whew. Oh man, I was right again. Tough one, fellas. Okay, queen is under attack now. We do have another very, very super safe check, which I very likely think is just this one here now. It's got to be this one, because I don't see any other way to play. Okay, that was sophisticated. That was really complicated stuff. That wasn't easy at all. I didn't find it easy. I calculated a lot. To finding, you know, the best ways to attacking efficiently. Okay, back to Magnus and Guki. What's the boys doing here? Guki White's turn to play. Again, psychologically, if he draws, he gonna be cool. If Gukesh wins, he gonna win the tournament. If Gukesh loses now, psychologically, he gonna impact the rest of the games. So he gonna perform bad if he loses now. If he draws, he gonna be cool. He's absolutely gonna be cool. So chess is so psychological that before I'm putting on the Val gauge, I want to think it for myself, throw a prediction, and then checking with the engine who's good, who's not good. So let me try to look at the stuff with fresh eyes. So Guki is white here. He got 3 minor pieces, 2 rooks. 3 minor pieces, 2 rooks. Pawns, 3, 3, 6, 2, 3, 5. Oh, Magnus lost the pawn. Let me see if there's any compensation here. What's going on? What's going on here? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's something. Whose turn is it? White's turn. Oh boy, that's a bit of a mess here. What's going on? How many times does black attack e4? What was the last move he played? He played rook, doubling up of the rooks. Okay, more power on the back rank. This is serious. He increases the pieces activity. Do you know what I like about Magnus's last move he played? Rook f b8. Before playing and venturing and doing crazy tactics, he increased the activity of the pieces. The last idle rook, the rook on f8, he moved it into action, increasing its presence on the b file. So that's what I like very much very much about the way that the super grandmasters look at the game. All pieces participation, pieces activity. This is the supreme principle for us guys, is pieces activity. $11 for Gukesh here. He takes his time. 1, 2, 3. 3 attackers here. Only 1, 2, 3, and there is also another rook here on the 4th rank. I don't know what he's gonna play. 11 minutes and 24 minutes for Magnus. What is gonna be? I think it's a very tense moment psychologically. This is a very difficult moment in the game's evolution, and you have to keep a clear mind before deciding to play this or that. So what is White supposed to play? Looks like he's that kind of weird, sort of like Zugzwang. Probably a king move, because, I mean, what are you supposed to play anyway? This guy is under threat. So the black pawn attacks the knight. Where's the knight gonna go? Very, very honest question. It doesn't feel okay for white, for Guki. The more I look at it, the more I understand that the white knight on g3 simply does not have a good square to go. Oh my lord, he actually dropped this guy here. I guess Magnus is going to take. H takes g3. Probably it's going to happen now, right? I mean, what else is here? Why wouldn't you take? You've got 3 minor pieces versus 2. So sadly for Gukic, I think it's got an issue now. That pawn on that knight on g3 is going to be captured now. H takes g. H takes g. Is there something wrong with this? So probably it's a minus due to that knight being captured. I mean, will be captured, I guess. So shall we say white minus 150 or something? I don't know what minus is it. Just saying. It could be, what, minus 150? Or more than that, if the knight is falling. Plus, Magnus is having 23 minutes. Gukesh like 10 minutes. So that's also a bit of a challenge. And if that knight falls, there's like triple attack on e4 and feels like it's kind of like crumbling. So, eval gauge, I'm hitting it now. Oh my lord, there's more than minus 150. It's minus 3 now. So I think for obvious reasons, I'm going to cover again the engine. The eval gauge, I didn't ask for a move, mind you. But I guess you just take. Yes. So Gukesh needed this game to draw, not mentioning to win it, of course. And he lost to Magnus. I think now it's going to impact him psychologically for the remainder of the tournament. A very tough moment. He's still very young, though. So Gukesh is very young. He's like, what, 18 years old or 19? Something like that. He's either 18 or 19. So he's achieved already enormously. And he got all the future ahead of him. So he's going to have a brilliant chess career, Gukesh. So, yeah, and now he's playing practically the strongest chess player on the planet. So, I mean, what am I about to say? It's okay to lose to Magnus, right? I mean, yeah, I'm going to look through the game and pick up the moment that everything collapsed here. Looks like this knight got trapped for some time. Yeah, there's no... Yeah, You just take on g3, right? H takes g3. What do you do? What do you do? He didn't take, dude. He didn't take. He didn't take. It's like it's constricting everything here. Okay, I'm not sure what do you move either. I mean, you didn't take it, but where does it go? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This bishop doesn't mean anything. Just saying to my friends, the bishop on c6 doesn't do nothing really. So this guy doesn't mean anything, the bishop on c6. It doesn't do nothing in terms of defending. It doesn't do nothing to attack. White doesn't attack now, really, because white doesn't attack now. Now there is an intention to do something on the 7th rank, but I guess again, I mean, you're still taking this guy, right? Probably sooner or later it's going to happen, just to crystallize and make it clearer and simpler. Right, so I guess this one would be a move. And yeah, probably Guki going to resign after that one. Alrighty, fellas, we're going to call it a day for now. It's 7:30 tomorrow, Monday. I'm going to come back and try to live covering for a while the round number 7. And nice one. Yeah, you could check my latest TikTok and YouTube shorts on the Hikaru resigning on a completely one position. So this is a highly, highly psychological game. Whatever Fischer might have said about the fact that he doesn't believe in psychology, he believes in good moves. We're talking about humans, and that is not applicable to humans.